Hello, YouTube. Okay, so today we're going to finish off my short little series on Jose's blind tastings. I'm wearing a sweatshirt because it's cold in here. The heat doesn't seem to be on for some reason, which is a little annoying. Anyways, happy holidays. Just a reminder of the deal here, if you haven't watched the previous videos. Last time I had a Sotol, which was delightful. And before that I had a Crony, which was stinky but also delightful. So I'm eager to see what Jose has thrown me here. So the idea here is I have no idea what this is. I can see the color on it, which is a kind of lovely dark amber. That's about all I got, aside from the questions that Jose has given me, which are, sorry, let me pull these up. I have to answer I'm going to say as much stuff as I think I can about this, but I'm supposed to answer type of spirit, country of origin, the ABV, and the unique question. This distillery is known for a specific cask regimen, not regiment, regimen, in its core range. What is/are the casks used in this sample? Okay, so immediately I'm thinking, okay, cask finishes. Something funky is going on with the casks, right? That's my clue. So finishes, some kind of weird way of blending things or re-racking things, something like that. Maybe a Solera system is involved. We'll see. Anyhow, let's get into this. I want to thank Jose once again for letting me do this thing, and I want to thank you for watching. I hope this is kind of fun and informative, even though I'm getting everything wrong. I am hoping that it's not just complete boredom watching me puzzle over these things for like 20 minutes. I was thinking these would end up being more like 10, and no, they're going very much longer than I thought. So apologies for that. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I've had this open. I meant to do this earlier. I just haven't been able to get away all day. This is sample 4. I've had this open for about like 6 hours now. All right, let's, well, 5 hours. Let's see what's on the nose. Okay. So immediately I'm getting a huge hit of like blood orange. Really like blood orange soda if you've gotten those big jugs at Trader Joe's. This is kind of what that smells like. It smells it's very fruit driven, sort of sweet, red fruity kinds of stuff. There's a little bit of sort of ripe nice cherry, a little ripe strawberry, very ripe fruit, right? This is not, sort of green, unripe sour fruit. This is like, it's a little candied, maybe a hair fake. And behind all that, by fake I don't mean like, I mean like, the way Ximenez smells a little bit fake. But Ximenez is good. It's Ximenez. Behind all that sort of wall of fruitiness, especially the red orange soda thing, I'm getting a lot of barley notes. I would be amazed. Well, my first thought is malt whiskey. This smells. The direction this is pushing me towards indicates malt whiskey. Now, you of course know what this actually is because you can see the title, which is, depending on where you're watching this, down there or up there. I don't. I have no idea. So I'm just sort of winging it. Yeah, there's a little caramel covered pear, also caramel covered apple. A little sort of inside of the malted milk ball, just straight up malt. Very malty. A little bit of a sort of like English breakfast tea kind of note. Not a lot of pepper. I mean, this smells. So first of all, this does not smell particularly old. I'm guessing this is Um, you know, if it is old, it's probably a sort of larger producer that's sort of using, large, big industrial warehouses where, even if they reach 10, 12 years old, it's really sort of expressing that age less than something else would be. This comes across as just the nose is probably no more than 6, 8 years old. But there's a lot of cask influence, and I would think, I mean, it's funny. It smells sherry-like, but it doesn't at the same time. It's an interesting nose. It's pushing me towards sherry matured, but other things, like it doesn't have a lot of the other indications of sherry maturation. There's a little bit of a saccharine note in there. Something, yeah. I would not. So, no, hold that thought. I'm gonna. Well, no, let's not hold that thought. I mean, so my first thought is maybe this is not Scottish. Maybe this is something else. I wouldn't be surprised for. So I wouldn't be surprised either for Jose to throw me Macallan and watch me give it 110 points, or to throw me a complete curveball and have this be from Taiwan or something. Yeah, let's see how it behaves on the palate. Ooh. Yeah, sherry casks or something else behaving a lot like sherry casks. Very sweet. Like, oh, I'm actually taken aback by how sweet this is. But it's rounded off by a nice sort of black pepper note. There's some sweet raisin, like some caramel in there. Dip your raisins in caramel. That orange note again. A little wood smoke, like campfire smoke. A little coal smoke as well. A little bit industrial. But the yeah, it's not. It's certainly not like sweet. This is still, give this to a normal drinker, they would still consider it quite dry. But for my palate, this is closing quite sweet. Let me try this again. Oh, dried fruit, kind of pruny. That raisin thing again. Little dried cherry as well. Some sort of dried fruit notes. Not really any fig in there. And the maltiness again, sort of pushing back against that. Let's see. So we got sort of the malted milk ball core again thing. A little gala apple, not so much pear on the palate. Let me try this again. It does come across quite hot, so I'm not sure if that's just like the spiciness of the casks, or if this is bottled at a higher proof. Let me try again. It's probably both. I'm gonna give this a squirt of water. This feels like a little bit of a cartoon version of a sherry matured whiskey. So I'm wondering, is this? I mean, who would make a cartoon version of a classic sherry matured whiskey? I mean, it could be like a big producer trying to sell to granddads who or financial advisors who like this stuff but don't really like, who think they like whiskey but don't really like whiskey that much, or is this someone in the backwoods push? And the proof makes me think that this is more what's going on, and the age maybe too. Someone in an alternative location, you know, trying to make something very, you know, assertive and big and forward, that's going to sell well. It could, like, well, the water will tell the tale. To the extent that anything that I can do before I sort of click the button and see what actually is this stuff is going to tell the tale. Not opening up very much. Give it another second. Hang on, let me see how hot this still is. Okay, still hot. So, you know, at least in the high 40s probably as far as proof goes. But again, as I talked about in the Sotol review, I seem to be pretty bad at judging ABVs, so bear that in mind. Yeah, so no, I hope this is giving folks something. I mean, one thing that what I try to do in my other videos is to try to do, you know, comparative stuff, right? You know, I got multiple bottles, sort of the same thing or along the same theme, and I try to, you know, sort out how they're similar, how they're different, how they line up against each other. And I mean, these single videos are, you know, obviously, you know, they have their own fun, but, you know, I worry, you know, how well am I judging these things sort of in isolation, you know, or how well am I sort of giving you a sense of what I'm actually getting here. It's also just a little bit scary knowing that, you know, this video is probably going to go for 20 minutes at least, and you know, I hope it's not too boring. I hope this is, you know, a little bit edifying for you to watch. Okay, back in the nose. Kind of doing the same thing. The pepper comes out a little bit more on the nose. There wasn't a whole lot before. It smelled a little bit tighter before. Now it's opening up. And it's just that weird sort of slightly, that slightly saccharine note. Almost like a stevia or something. But and the sort of white pepper note. And yeah, and sort of the sort of fruitiness, the blood orange, all that stuff from before is still there. It's not really developing in the glass very much, which again makes me think it's a little bit young, or pretty, you know, very young. I wouldn't be surprised if this had no age statement attached to it. Let's try it again on the palate. Still hot. Okay, that was 2 squirts. 4 squirts. Maybe it'll develop more now. Okay, so now I'm thinking that the strength is more in at least in the mid 50s somewhere. Yeah. Sorry. Very aggressive on the palate, but very peppery, very sweet. Again, kind of a cartoon version of I feel like what people think sherry cask whiskeys ought be. You know. All right. Let's try the nose one more time. Okay, a little bit of a sort of pleasant green smokiness coming out, like you set some vegetation on fire. A little you know, stove tobacco, kind of a mix of red and black stove tobacco, along with the you know, the fruitiness on the palate. Okay, still hot. One more squirt. All right, that's 5, right? So, you know, now I'm thinking, you know, high 50s. Amazingly, that wasn't actually coming out. In the oh Jesus. Now that there's the sort of stevia like saccharine note is really coming out. Oh, what are they doing to this? Okay, now it feels more like Scotland, but it's still like cartoon Scotland. I don't know how else to put it. I think this is cask strength, but I'm not. It's so we're looking at maybe independent bottling of something, but bit of an oddball independent bottling. Or maybe this is a big producer that's sort of putting out big fat cast. I can't talk right now. Sorry, it's been a long day. Like a big fat sort of cask strength or nigh cask strength whiskey. Okay, one more try on the palate. There we go. That's kind of still peppery. Big pepper explosion. Kind of that weird sweetness thing. The dried fruit, raisin, a little nutty. A little bit of a kind of peanut shell thing going on. Little that smokiness, the wood smoke again is there. English breakfast tea thing is there. I'll try this again. Okay, so here's my thought. Like 60% of me is saying probably Scotland, but Scotland trying to be, wave its hands around and say hi, like we do sherry cask whiskey. So this is probably Speyside, maybe Highlander, but I'm guessing Speyside. Obviously sherry matured, or something acting like sherry. It could be, I don't know, something acting like sherry. Don't push me too hard right now. So that's sort of where I am, 60%, and I would say the ABV is pushing 60. So let's say 58%. It's young. I don't think this is more than certainly not more than 8 years old, but probably more like 5 or 6. So fresh casks and quite a load of sort of weird sweetness going. I do not like the weird strain of like fake sweetness going on here. It reminds me of like older batches of the 12-year-old sherry Macallan, which could get sort of really weird. I'm sure like in order for this to be Macallan, like Jose would have had to like buy a cask strength Macallan and have spent that money. And I don't think so, but it's something kind of maybe gesturing at that style. I don't think it's Aberlour, but we'll see. It could be Aberlour. I mean, it could be Aberlour. So Scotland trying to do like a cartoon version of sherry matured. Hi, look at us. We're fruity and we taste like Christmas. This is fruit cake in a glass. This is or it's somewhere else in the world that is trying to sort of do a version of that. Maybe it's Taiwan or I don't think it's Japan. And as for what is the all right, what is the question? The no specific cask regimen in its core range. What are the casks used in this sample? I don't know how specific he wants. I like the trap here. It feels like a trap a little bit. Is to say sherry cask. I'm pretty sure actually like just Oloroso. So God knows it's probably I know Starward in Australia has some like Australian-ish sherry kinds of casks, so maybe it's that. But no, I mean it comes across like sherry casks, mostly Oloroso, but who knows. Price point of this is probably I would peg it between 80 and $100 or so, depending on what it ends up being. If it's under 80, it's probably a little bit of a bargain. This is not my favorite style at all. I would give this, what would I mean, there's some things I like about this, but the weird saccharine nature is kind of bringing it down. I would give this like a 85 minus 2-ish. So let's say 83 or somewhere around that range. Let me try it one more time. And I think it's Scotland, but I'm probably wrong. But it's not classically Scotland, if that makes sense. All right, what is this? What do we got? All right, I'm clicking the thing now. I'm blinding myself. Oh no, it's Glendronach Cask Strength. Batch number 8. Okay, no, single malt, I got that. Scotland, I got that. ABV 61%. So I was actually underestimating a little bit. I said 58, didn't I? Unique question, Pedro, Ximenez, and Oloroso. I was wondering if there was some PX or some Muscatel in here, because it really comes off like there's a line of sweetness coming through here. Yeah, this is a little bit. I mean, the youth doesn't bother me so much as the sweetness does. Let me try this one more time. Oh, yeah. Give me a little more time with it. There's that minerality. That sort of. I should have thought Glendronach because of the sort of kind of coal smoky nature to it. Glendronach can get a little smoky like that. Yeah, I appreciate this, but it's just a hair too much. It's a hair too like caricature of sorry Jose. I don't know if the price point of this is. I'm probably right on that. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, I feel right on the sort of 85 minus 2 thing, because that. I mean, the finish with there's just a little bit too much pepper and way too much of that weird saccharine thing going on. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it would compete reasonably well against Abuna and that kind of thing. Anyhow, thanks for watching this entire series. If you've suffered this far, this was number 4 of 4. I might do these again sometime if I can figure out like a more, depending on the response I get from these. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go figure out what's wrong with our heat, and cheers. Have a good day. Bye. Happy holidays.